Hello, how's it going? So today we're going to try creating something because we're bored of being bored. So we're going to try and find some things to beat that boredom. And like I said, we're going to create something today. What we're going to create, something that I've made a long time ago and then lost. I'll talk about more of that in a minute, but we're going to be making this. Bottle top snake. And as you can guess, it uses bottle tops and a cork, string, googly eyes, blah blah blah. Right, so I made one of these way back when, I think it was in year 2. Back in primary school, and the last time I remember seeing it was bringing it in for show and tell at school about a week before, or the last day before I moved 100 miles away. So I think I may have left it there. And about 14 years later I've decided to make another one, film it, put it on YouTube, and there we go. So yeah, if you're bored as well and you want to try and make one of these, please take some pictures. It'd be great fun to see loads of the ones that you've made, and if you've got any improvements as to the way I'd make this, please let me know. I'd love to make a follow-up of one of these with some new and improved ways of making it. And I would like to apologise for the setup. I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is the first time I've ever done one of these slideshow videos, so I don't know if the camera's going to work. Who knows? But yeah, let's start off with what you're going to need. The obvious one is bottle tops. How many depends on how long you want it to be. I have about 53 here, but you'll probably need about 50 to 70 for about an average size. But it's up to you. And I would also recommend not drinking to get all these bottle tops. I got these from someone that does drink, but you can get them from Amazon for about £2. I think you get about 200, so it's not too bad. You have plenty of spares. You will also need 2 corks. You can get them from Amazon for £2, like the bottle tops, and you also get 200 as well. You will also need a bit of string. I would recommend getting a shoelace because it has the little plastic casing on the end, which will be easier to push through the cork once you've made the hole. I will probably have some problem with that later because I did on the practice when I did. You will need a nail to put the holes in the bottle top, a very long screw to put the holes in the corks, a very large needle, which I found out when I was doing my practice one, that you need a very large needle to help you put the string through the cork, because I had some trouble with that. So like I said, if you have a shoelace it should be easier because of the plastic casing. But I spent most of my morning looking for one of these. It's a very long needle with a, I don't know if you can quite see, with a big-ish hole at the top. I would ideally like a bigger one than this, but I couldn't find one, so I'll have to make do. Hopefully you can get a bigger one. A hammer for hammering the nail. A screwdriver for the screw. Something to protect the table while you're hammering. I was trying to find a big block of wood but couldn't find one. This is just an old book which I've covered in a piece of paper. Some scissors. Some googly eyes. Some glue. That's optional, but recommended. Okay, so before I start, I just want to say that I've not done this since I was 7, and I can't remember most of what I did back then. So if anybody has any better ideas about how to do some of this stuff, let me know, and hopefully I'll make up a follow-up of one of these in the future with obviously a better camera, because I do apologise for this setup. I'm recording on my headset, the audio, because the audio on this camera is terrible, and hopefully the camera turns out alright. I really don't know, but hopefully it'll work out, and thank you for watching. So, let's begin! Step 1. Alright, so the first step, we're going to put the holes into the bottle tops. So let's put down the protective book, which was a terrible old joke book which nobody likes. So we're going to take a bottle top, number 1. That's right, so there's a hole in some of these, so I was practicing, but no, that one's fine. Now where is my nail? Oh, I originally want to try and find like a really long nail so I can put a hole through the cork with that, but I couldn't find any, and I think the screw works out better in the end, so right. So let's put the nail in the centre of the bottle top there. Right, and you want to try and make sure it is as close to the centre as you can, because if you put it sort of to the side, I'll move it up a little bit, move it to the side there, then when you put it on the string it'll all be skewiff, and nobody wants that. Well, maybe you do, I don't know. But alright, let's put that in the centre there. Then we're going to take the mighty hammer, and hopefully I hope this works out, because I can't do this again. I've only got a few bottle tops. Alright, here we go. It's taking its time. Yeah, that was better. Alright, there we go. Let's pull it out. There we are, and there's a first hole in our bottle top. Alright, let's do another one while I'm here. In the centre. This is fun. Oh dear, I'm a bit scared because I've never done anything like this before, video-wise. Oh. I shouldn't really talk while I'm hammering because I won't be able to put the audio on. There we go. Alright, so that wasn't really in the centre there, so that might be a bit horrible. Put them there. Right, I'm now going to put the holes in the rest of the bottle tops. Hopefully More like these ones and not this one just here. We'll just hide that one away. Right, so let's do a bit more. Let's do this then. I'll catch you up in the next step. Step 2. Now it's the tricky part. We've got to put a hole through the middle of the cork. This is quite hard. I've already done it once and I pretty much went like this, which was not ideal when it goes straight through the middle. So we're going to try again. So we've got the screw on, and then with the screwdriver, we're just going to slowly, he says, screw the screw into the cork. Now I might speed this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. It's coming out the other end now. And that seems to be a little more straight, which is good. There we go. Oh, that'll have to do it. It's very tricky this. If anybody has any better ideas, please let me know. But there we go, that's gone through then. So now we're just going to do the same, but in the opposite direction. And there we go. That's one cork done. Now I need to do it to the other one. Oh dear. Step 3. When you've gone through that very difficult task of putting the corks, holes in the corks, you need to put it on a string. So I'm going to start with the head, which is that piece, and then you're going to get a bit of string. How long the piece of string? Depends on how many bottle tops you've got. Right. So now hopefully if you've got a bigger needle, you'll be able to thread the rope. It's not a rope. It's not, well, nearly a rope. The string onto the needle a lot easier than what I can do. Right. I'm going to have to cut away, I think, to do this because it's going to take a while. Haha! I threaded it. Right. So now it should be a lot easier, especially since I made the hole a bit bigger. Oh, there's a bit of cork there. It should come through. Aha! Yay! Oh, this is a bit of a hodgepodge of a video. I do apologise. Like I said, I've only got one shot of this, so I decided to do it on video. Okay, so now that you've threaded, I'll move the screwdriver out of the way. Now that we've threaded the cork, we're going to tie a knot here. Pull it. Now I'm going to keep this little bit here. I'll talk more about it in a minute, but first I'm going to pull this right here. I just realised I've done it the wrong way. That was supposed to be the other side because it's the rubbish side. 1 second. Right, so when you've put a knot on the edge of the string, I'm going to put short right up to the edge of the cork there, and then we're going to pull on this string a little bit, quite hard, and then the knot will go inside the cork so it's hidden. And then what you can do is you can either cut off this bit of string here, or I'm going to leave it on because this is the head, because of the way I've done the hole on the bottle top, because if I do it that way around it will cut the string. So that way there, this will also, if I can undo this bit of string, can also double, since it's a snake, as a forked tongue. Step 4. Okay, now that we've got the basic head and forked tongue, we need to actually put the body onto the string. So, it's a simple process of threading the string through the hole we made with the needle? No, not the needle. What's it called? Nail. It begins with an N. Right, and then you simply put it on, push it all the way up to the end, and then it's at the back of the cork head. Aha! Right, I'll do another one. Okay, hopefully this all turns out. It's been a bit of a nightmare for me, really, because everything's been going wrong. Like I said, I should have done it where I actually made one of these beforehand, but, you know, it's first one, can't do too many of them. Come on. See, there's a problem I'm having here, is because the hole isn't big enough. The string is all bunching up here, which is a bit of a pain. But then, like I said, if you can find a bigger needle, no, bigger, getting it mixed up now. If you can find a bigger nail, it'll be a lot easier. Right, let's do it that way around and then try it. Okay, through you go. There you go, little guy. Okay, so there we go. Aha! Right, so now I'm going to put on the rest of these, and we'll go to the next step. Before the next step, something that I read in the original book where I got this idea from, is they suggested putting it in like a little pattern. So you like a green, white, green, white. You can do all the way through. I'm not going to bother, I'm just going to slap them all on. And of course, if you got them from Amazon, I think they're all the same colour. So you can't do that. But it's just food for thought. Right, now I'll see you in the next step. We're never getting to the next step. What I managed to do is I managed to thread it onto the needle that we had. Hopefully, again, it's a little harder for me because I've got a smaller hole here. But if you've got a bigger one, then it should be easy. And then you just simply, is that the right way? Yeah. Then you just simply thread it like a normal needle. Yay! Now it's for the next step, I hope. Step 5. Right, when your bottle tops are on the string, you just have something that looks a little bit like this. I can't get it on the camera, it's so big. Look at that. All the bottle tops are on, the cork is on with a forked tongue. There we go. Right, now it's just time to finish it off. I managed to get that on there still, and that's good. That will help me for the next bit as well. So this step, that's the practice one. There it is. It's time to put on the tail. Did I put a hole through this? There's not one on there. Oh dear. This might be a bit troublesome. Right, so I'm going to put the thread string. Oh dear, did I not put a hole in this one? I don't think I did. I must have done. Hold on, hold on. Right, so again, the little trick I learnt earlier with sticking the screwdriver through just to make the hole a little bit bigger. Although I don't know where the hole is on the other side, so I'm not going to work out very well. I don't think it's there. If it ain't, it is now. Alright, again, you might want an adult to help you with this if you're quite young. Alright, okay, so we do it there so it matches up. Okay, just going to thread it through. Push it down a little bit tricky. Oh, still very tricky. It's come out the side there. Oh, second. Right, bear with me. Right, I managed to get the needle through, but I think I did it without putting it through the hole I made earlier, so this might be a bit hard with the string. Let me try. I might have to. Right, don't do this at home. Don't use your teeth because you'll ruin them, but my teeth are ruined anyway. It's working, I think. And there we go. The string's on. That was and I've got thing in my mouth now. Yeah. Yeah, again, don't use your teeth. I've been told thousands of times not to do that. Right, okay, and there we go, it's finally on. Alright, so yeah, it's working for. I thought it was catching up then. Let's pull that all the way down there then. And there we are, that's the string. We didn't quite finish, but that's the tail on it. Now what we need to do is tie a knot at the end of the cork here. Right, now what you need to try and do here is try and get the knot as close to the edge of the cork as possible. So hopefully it will work out. Bit of good news hopefully. Right, easy. Just moving around everywhere. Right, there we go. Right, that's quite close. It's good. Right, so now I'm going to, because we don't want a bit on the end of the tail, I'm going to cut the string up a bit tighter, just to make sure. Okay, and then snip it there. Of course, you could keep this on like this with the wrong bit, and then you can pull it around a little bit like a snake. I'm going to cut it off though, because I'm not going to do that. It could be an ornament, so to speak. Right, snip it. That's it. Come on, scissors aren't very good. Right, there we go. That's that cut. And then pull the cork. Maybe hold the other cork. No, that'll pull it off. I don't want to do that. Battery died. It's just problem after problem with this video. Hopefully I can edit it into something decent. Alright, so yeah, what we would do is, if you had the big hole in the middle of the cork with shine, I can't do it because I did it wrong, is you would pull the string so that the knot would go in to the cork, which I do want to do because I want it to. Pull! Oh, it's going! Yes! Yes! Ah! Right, that's what you would do. Right, okay, so now let's just stretch it out a little bit so that it's all working. Just wiggling around the bottle tops so that they all spread out along the line. And let's do a bit taut up there, because of course you don't want these to be too close together, because then you won't be able to wiggle it around. That's what we're going to call it. It needs to have enough room to wiggle. And I think still up here is a bit. Okay, why is it a little bit bad up here? Oh, I don't know. But there we go. You now have a bottle top snake. But we're not finished yet, unless Well, we'll talk in a minute. Alright then. Step 6. Right, so now if you want to finish there, you can. It's pretty much done now. What I'm going to do next though, is because I want to give this guy a little bit more of a personality. Right, that means Googly Eyes. This is going to make it look very goofy, but goofy is what I'm going for, so that's why I'm doing it. So again, you don't have to do this. This is just because, well, look at that. This is awesome. I like that. Right, so let's get the glue out. Sorry, I had to have a break because the camera died. I needed to charge it up. Right, let's put a bit of glue on there. Go on then. Okay, is that on? Oops, sorry, camera. Right, so let's stick it on about there. Okay. And then let's do the same with the other one. And the camera died at just the right time to let the eyes dry. And there we go, one bottle top snake done. It was quite hard to make this, I think, because the not knowing how to do some of the things like the holes in the cork. That was the main hard one, the holes in the cork, and I think I would have preferred a bigger needle and a bigger nail as well. But work with what you've got. That's what you got to do. But yeah, I think it was all worth it in the end. I mean, it turned out better than I thought it was going to turn out, and I didn't really have high hopes for it, but it did turn out better than I thought. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I think I'm going to affectionately name it Tops, because I name things. That's just me. Right, and what else can I talk about? I've written down some things. Let me just check. Ah, that was it. Yeah. I did find this idea for this in a book that I had back when I was little. And what they did is they painted the corks a horrible green colour, and I personally didn't think it looked very good. It looked tacky, and I prefer like the cork look, so it looks a little bit more homemade and rustic, I suppose is the word you can use. And another thing I've seen, I was looking up before I had the main idea to do this as a video. I'd look to see if there's anything else online about it. There's not much, but I did find an old report, like a news segment about it, where there was a guy who works in a pub, and obviously you get beer bottles from a pub, so I'm assuming that's where he got the tops from. But he did the same sort of thing, where he used the corks and the bottle tops. But what he used wire, like the wire you get in a wire coat hanger, instead of string, and then that allowed him to position it in various positions, and it stayed that way, which is pretty cool. He made like a horse, and I think he did make a snake where he sort of put it up like this. That was like a coiled sort of cobra sort of stance, and he stayed like that, which is pretty cool. I like that. I'll probably try and put a link in the description if it's still up. I think it might have been taken down for some reason, but I'll try and link it somewhere if I can. But yeah, I think that's about it. I just want to say this is me trying to beat boredom. That's why I've created this. So obviously if you're bored as well and you want something to do, please give it a go. If you've got any pictures that you've taken, please let me know. I'd love to see pictures or videos or whatever like that of the ones you've made. And if you have any better ideas about how to make the holes in the corks or anything to do with that, please let me know. Like I said, I wasn't not very planned, but didn't quite know how to do some of this stuff. I did find out, because I recorded this the day after, that a better way to put the holes in the corks probably would have been to use a drill. But whether or not it would have been safe, I don't know. But it's just one of those ideas. But yeah, so like I said, this is all up to you now, guys. Your turn to take over. If you can want to make some snakes and send me pictures, it'd be great. But yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. See ya.